Please welcome Paper Airplane app.
Hi guys.
Hello.
Hi. How many of you have an iPhone on you right now? Oh my God, so many. Okay, so go on the App Store and download Paper Airplane app. Just search for it. If you guys could do that right now, that would be great because you can see what I'm talking about. So Paper Airplane is a social app, and it is I call it augmented social because it helps people interact with the real world. So people want to be around other people. That's why we go out. You know, if you wanted to go and have a glass of wine, you could just do it at your couch. But because you want to be around other people, you go out. Venues want people because that's how they make money. And brands need people because that's who buys their products. So Paper Airplane has 3 types of users. So the actual users like you and I who would download the app on our iPhones and Android coming soon. We do it because we want to be around people our age. So I would put into my preferences, for example, that I want to be around people that are over the age of 25 because I don't want to walk into a college bar. I also want to know what special events are going on in my neighborhood and any kind of promotions, happy hours I can take advantage of. Venues want to use the app because they can push out advertisements to people that are really close to them. So those are the people that can walk right through the front door. And they get analytics on customers like their age, their gender, how long they stay, so they can better utilize their advertising spend. And lastly, we have brands, specifically liquor brands in this case, and they want to get their product in front of actual people that would consume the product, and that's really important, especially in this day and age with so much digital noise going on in the advertising world. So basically, what Paper Airplane does is it helps facilitate in-person interactions versus replacing them with digital ones. So what you're going to see when you open the app is you're going to see a map. This map is a real-time representation of the city that you're in. So it uses geofencing technology. There's a geofence in this building right now, so you can check into this location. But if you were in a crowded city, you could see different locations that were around you, and there would be a pin over that location with a number. That number tells you how many people are inside that match your preferences. So it doesn't show you who's inside. It just shows you how many people are inside. And this is really useful if you don't want to walk into an empty bar. You know, if you're new to a city, like you don't know where to go, it's pretty helpful to kind of get a pulse. And when you're at home on your couch or maybe you're at your office, you can click around. And this is what you would see outside. So right here you see the number 12. That's how many people are inside. And behind the number 12 is the advertising space, and that is the first path to revenue that we have. And we already have venues that sign contracts with us because they want to be working with us. They want to buy the ad space. They understand what we're doing. But you can't, like I said, and I feel like it's important to repeat this, is that you can't see who's inside, just how many people are inside, what events are going on inside, and what specials are going on inside. Once you walk inside, however, using geofencing technology, you get checked in. Right now it's a manual check-in. Eventually it'll be a background check-in. And you can see a grid of people that are inside. So never before have you really been able to tell who is in a direct proximity with you in the same 4 walls. And it's really no more than your eyes can do. So right now I can see every single one of you. I can also see you visually represented on a graph. And if I clicked on one of your profiles, it would expand and I could see your first name, your age, your favorite drink, and I could send you a Paper Airplane, which is where the product name came from. So the way I designed it is that we have 3 options, and this way you can use the app with one hand and you can hold your beer with the other hand. If the person that you send a Paper Airplane to accepts it, that means that you guys can chat, and then you bridge all that time that usually takes to get a digital interaction to go in person. Whether that's in a professional context of like, oh, hey, we should network, oh, what's your schedule like, call my secretary, blah, 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 it takes weeks if it even happens. Or on a dating app where, you know, you just are there just to waste your time. Honestly, I don't even know why else. Anyway, and I know this because I come from a dating industry background. I was a matchmaker, which is so random. I worked for Match.com. I did all of their events. I was on TV as a dating expert. It's just a ridiculous kind of thing I fell into. But what I realized is that people hate dating apps and they don't want to be on them. And the only reason they're on them is because they can't meet people in person. So what I did was I created a product that would help people meet each other in person, which is the only reason they're on a dating app in the first place. A dating app measures its success by how many times people exchange 3 or more messages. A user measures their success by how many people they met in person. So we're kind of defining our success on the user's terms, not on data analytics terms. Anyway, this is the rest of my team. Riaz is the CTO. Nick, I don't know why his face is missing, but which is ironic because he's the multimedia guy. And Stephanie is our COO. So the path to revenue is extremely important because why else are we here if we can't make money? B2B is our first path to revenue, and as I said, we already have provisional contracts signed with a bunch of venues. They are going to be the ones that are pushing out notifications to people in their neighborhoods about what events that are actually close to them. So for example, if I get a notification about an advertisement that's not relevant to me, that's annoying. But if I get a notification that a bar that's 3 meters away from me is having a special, that makes me happy because I want to get a free hamburger that night. And the brands are also already partnered with us and signed contracts, so we're kind of in good space. Total addressable market in the US, 97 million, Boston, 500,000, and then our initial launch market is 20,000 in South Boston. And the typical user is between 23 and 45, college educated, living in a city. I'm going to skip through some other slides. This is kind of our competition matrix. I call Paper Airplane Waze for people, but we also have a lot of similarities between Foursquare and Yelp and the GPS dating app. So we're raising money, 100 grand. If anyone wants to write a check, you can write it out to Paper Airplane. You can talk to me after. Yeah, so that's it. And if you have any questions, let me know.
So I actually had a similar idea a while ago, but I think if everybody knows everybody's name in the bar, people would walk in and say, "Hey Kelly, what's going on?" So that's one thing. Maybe if you keep it secret, people can put actually their fake name first before they make the connection.
That's a little dangerous because then somebody can hide behind a cloak of anonymity, which is why people act badly on dating apps in the first place. So I see what you're saying, but I respectfully disagree. Yes.
So in other dating apps, there is a bit of a discrepancy in behavior and responses between male and female applicants. Specifically, sometimes with female customers getting more messages than they would desire and more.
Okay.
It takes in different ways.
So you can take your profile and take it off at any time you want. You can go on invisible if you keep on getting all these paper airplanes you don't want.
Okay.
And the first thing you do when you click on someone is you see their profile, but you also see block. So if you walk into a bar and you see your boss, it's like, oh my god, block. And then they can't see you.
Okay.
From the map, you show the number of people who have checked in at that location, right?
Yeah, currently we are using GPS, so we have to have manual check-ins, but we are going to be implementing iBeacons soon, so it'll be how many people are actually there.
So what would be of interest to me when I'm using the app is to see how many people have not only checked in, but throwing paper plates. How many people are accepting paper? Is that area even active?
So,
there are 15 people there, but are they just checked in and not?
So maybe down the product
communicating?
roadmap, we would be able to incentivize people to use it more and kind of have something like that. But right now we don't. This is the minimally viable product.
So like the number of people is going to be the number of people that have the Paper Airplane app that are inside?
Yes, that's right.
Do you authenticate the user profile?
I'm sorry?
Do you authenticate the user profile?
We authenticate through Facebook. Does anyone else?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I heard you ask a question in the beginning, so we can download the app. But
Yeah.
how do you plan to make everybody download the app so you can have more data, more check-in?
So we need to launch in a very specific geographic area and saturate it neighborhood by neighborhood because we want to avoid the empty room syndrome. If I had everybody in Boston download it at the same time, it really wouldn't be valuable for many people. So that's why we're targeting South Boston specifically. And we're going to hit the same 4 bars over and over again until we can get that really micro market saturation.
So you will be located at every bar, like the 4 bars in South Boston. You're gonna take all the customers and download the app.
That's right.
Thank you.
Thank you.